my life change, or do I think, do I think about how my life would be if this never occurred? To be perfectly honest, I don't think about it. I don't think about it at all. And you would have to understand my mentality to understand why I don't care about it. Did I just drop a piece of candy on my mouth? Oh, that was a mess. You would have to understand my mentality to understand or to grasp why I don't even think about it. Or just to know what I was living prior to. And my mentality, I look at everything, or like I look at the glass half full. I don't look at life as the cup half empty. I don't cower in sadness. I find positivity in everything. So even if I'm crying or if I'm feeling down at the moment, I'm not going to stay there. I'm never going to stay there. I'm going to start searching for little things and little clues as to, well, hey, now I can do this. So I think at the beginning, the worst part was actually worrying about money. You know, I was a workaholic. I worked a lot. I had tuition to pay for my kids. I had a mortgage to pay. Still do. And so that was like the main thing. It was traveling and money. When I first got sick, those were the main two things. But once the money part was situated, because baby, I worked hard all my life. Yeah. Yes, we worked hard. Okay, so the financial part was fine. Traveling, I was just, you know, we did have a timeshare. We used to go travel. We would go to Florida every year. So that stopped. And that's probably the only thing. But the what ifs of if this did not happen, I'd still be at work, still be working hard. I probably have more money in my pocket, but I don't think about it. Because I've learned through this process to do way more with less. Way more with less. So I don't even allow the fact that I would have had more money in my pocket to bother me. Along with that money would have been taxes. It's not like I got a house full of kids. They don't get, when you make the kind of money I was making or that I would have been making, you don't get all that help. The taxes would have went up. Okay, you factor in inflation. You factor in the fact that I do get a little bit of financial aid for my daughter's tuition. We wouldn't have received that, so I'd been paying the full amount. It all just balanced back to the same. So no, I wouldn't have. I don't really think about the what ifs. There was a lot of stuff I couldn't attend because I was working. There was a lot of stuff I couldn't do because I was working. And if we think back to prior to this happening, it would have been the same way. I would have still been working. Working. I don't really have what ifs. And I looked for all the positivity when I got sick, and once the finance part was handled, I focused on what is God trying to tell me? What is God trying to do for me? And he literally was blessing me. Blessing me. Y'all, let me tell you, listen, I can go to any sale I want to go to, and I can be the first one through the door. Okay, I can go to Target whenever I want to, and I can show up at Target with nobody in the parking lot. Me and the workers. It's just me and the workers. Me floating through Target on them buggies. Just me and the workers. I can go to any store early in the morning during the weekday. As far as grocery shopping, I really don't do grocery shopping anymore anyway, but I drive up, you know, I order my stuff on BJ's and drive up. The convenience of that, I don't really need to go in unless, you know, I really have to go in, but normally I do not. I'm supposed to do my skincare too, but unless I really have to. But I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I used to be one of those people. Just to be like, I don't understand how people just sit at home all day. What are they doing? What could they do? You're so conditioned and programmed to just be working. That no. Girl, they home living their best life. That's what they're doing. They are home living their best life. Living their best life without a boss stressing them, without workplace politics, without having someone else control their time from 9 to 5 every day. It's a long time when you ain't working. When you could actually sit back and count the hours and think about all the things you could get done from 9 to 5, it's a long time. That's a long portion of your day. Because when you come home, you're tired, you got to deal with your kids and all that other stuff. So no, I don't think about the what ifs. I'm in control of my time now. God gave me the ability and the opportunity to be in control of my own time. And there's also no stress. Workplace stress, workplace politics. You don't have to worry about that. Calling out because somebody's sick. Getting talked to even when you're trying to use your time that you acquired and that your seniority earned, but yet you have to deal with people's emotions and attitudes about you taking your time as far as like your vacation and all that. We don't have to deal with that over here. We don't know what that is. And when it comes to dealing with doing more with less, I was always good with money. Always very good with money. Still very good with money, but I got better. I got better with it. And I was like, I was spending all this money. I didn't even have to spend it. And it wasn't because I was needing to spend it or I wanted to spend it. It was because I didn't know any better. But when you're forced to adjust, you tend to do the necessary work that you need to do in order for you to figure the fact that you were spending this money. Because honey, I'm a whole thrifter out here in these streets. A whole thrifter. We go to the thrift store first before we ever buy full price. Now, I've always been a bargain hopper, but I wasn't a thrifter. But I'm a thrifter now, baby. And we be looking for the price. We are out in the streets looking for the thrifts before we go and buy regular price. I don't really have any what ifs. And I've been cleared to travel. So traveling might be on the horizon very soon. I'm just trying to figure it all out as far as traveling is concerned, because traveling can be a little sticky, and I don't know how I want to do that. You know, I have to be able to afford to go into one of the rooms. Maybe I would only go on the train. I'm too scary to go on the plane. I could go on a plane per what these doctors say, but who wants to get up in the air like that and have an emergency? Absolutely not. Not me. I'd be embarrassed. Ooh, child, I'd be embarrassed. People be looking at you like you knew it was on this oxygen. Which one was playing for? Ooh. Ooh. Then I got everybody on the plane mad. Why are we dropping out the sky for this lady? Y'all knew she was on oxygen. Why y'all bring her up this high? Child, I don't got time for that. I'll take a train though. I'll do a train all day, but I would love to have one of those rooms on the train. One of the in the sleep cart. You know. And then it's like, you know, I can use the portables as long as it's continuous flow. But I don't know. You know, I can use them as long as it's continuous flow. You know, but you would have to have enough batteries and somewhere to plug in the machine. And then the issue is because this is where my mind breaks. I'm like, what if it malfunction? What if I'm on a train and it shut off when using the portable? I gotta stop thinking, because then it messes me up. But yeah, we will definitely figure that out. But it might become more of a hassle than a vacation. So I don't know. But we're gonna figure it out. Cause I definitely need, you know, Florida is my happy place. It is my happy place. And we love Floridas. So, gotta find our way back. And that's real. Gotta scrub your lips. Please be out here scrubbing your lips. You don't want hard lips. You don't want crusty lips. You want nice lips. That's not all of my nose. I had that on here the whole video. I hope not. I hope that just happened when I was putting on my creams, because alright. This is sugar, y'all. Y'all can eat it. This is the Raw Sugar Gentle Lip Scrub. But yeah, I don't think about the what ifs. I just I don't. Cause even when I didn't feel good. Oh, here was the other thing. And I know all the working people can empathize with what I'm about to say and relate. When you get sick, like for years prior to me actually being confirmed and diagnosed and taken out of work, I felt bad. I felt terrible in my body, you know? My hemoglobin was like a 6 or 8. My iron was in the single digits. I felt terrible. And even though I felt terrible, I still had to get out. I felt terrible. I could barely breathe. I would still have to get up and go to work. Now, if I have a bad day, guess what? Let me tell you, one of the greatest joys when I first was put out of work was being able to drop my kids off at school, come back home, we'll go take them to school in my robe, come back home, come in my house, kick my shoes off, and go back upstairs and get in my bed. Whether I went back to sleep or not, it was just having the opportunity to go and rest and relax because you don't feel good, or because today just is not a good day for you. It was just it's a luxury, you know, just to get up, go drop your kids off, come home, and if you're not feeling that good that day, you don't have to answer to nobody. You don't have to make no phone calls. You don't have to tell anybody where you're at. You don't have to miss any money. You can come back upstairs, get in your bed, and all is well. And when I tell you that was one of the greatest feelings, even though I felt like crap, having that was just such a good feeling to my mental. So many of my stressors went away once I was completely diagnosed. So like I said, I don't think about the what ifs. I just don't think about them. I don't think they're worthy of thinking about. But they're not something that crossed my mind. I live very happily in this state. And I know that might seem odd to some people. But I know there's people out there that can relate. I know there are. And I know there's people out there that can relate even though they're not sick or they don't have a chronic illness, and it can still relate. So, you know, I don't think about the what ifs. Nope. I think that God blessed me for where I am right now. This is what he felt as though, you know, he wanted to do for me, and I am forever grateful. I am thankful. I am appreciative. I am grateful. Because my kids got to have me home 24/7. I've been able to just grow up, well, not grow up, but watch them grow up. Be there to be in the present with them. picking them up from school, dropping them off, going to their games, being able to cook them meals consistently through the weeks, just cater to them emotionally and physically, and just be that supportive parent that is sometimes very hard to be when you're working every single day. So yeah, I'm just blessed, and I thank God, and I thank y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.